Well, maybe I'm paranoid, but when even the Osbournes, rock and roll royalty, feel Gen Z is on a crazy train, it might be time for some changes. Little lyrical puns there, but let's talk about it now on The Other View. Sharon Osbourne, the rocker's wife, reveals plans to move back to the UK with Ozzy over safety fears following the rise of anti-Jewish hate in Los Angeles amid the Israel-Hamas war. Joining us to discuss, policy analyst, Project 21 member Donna Jackson, and back with us, the host of Sunday Agenda, Lydia Serrani. So Sharon Osbourne lays the blame for the current rise in anti-Semitic activity on Gen Z. If you don't know what Gen Z is, that's the term used to describe those people born during the late 90s and early 2000s. And she believes that group makes up the largest portion of anti-Israel protesters. Lydia, what do you think?
I think she's mistaken, because I think there are a lot of people that hate Jews. We see them out in the streets here in New York City, and we see them as members of Congress as well. I think Gen Z, unfortunately, a lot of them are misinformed. We've seen the videos on social media. They can barely tell you who the governor of the state that they live in is, never mind geopolitical issues and foreign policy when it comes to Israel. So it's sad. It really is sad, because a lot of these kids are getting most of their information from Instagram and TikTok, and that's why they're so ill-informed.
I think that's a great point. And Donna, Sharon Osbourne did go on and said, similar to what Lydia did, that they don't even know what they're talking about. They haven't even been educated on these topics, yet they are being so incredibly vocal. But I do agree with Lydia. This is certainly not just one small group. It's even within our own Congress.
No, it's on the left, period. They hate religion. They hate anyone that stands for religion. They've always had an intolerance for anybody that they consider the oppressor. We talk about DEI because they rebranded critical race theory, but this is the deal. Anybody whose skin is white that has a religious background, they hate, because what they want to do is control the American people. They want to destroy our institutions, and people who have some type of moral fiber are always going to go against that. So it's not surprising that what you see all of these protests, because there's a certain narrative that if you are in power, you got there by oppressing someone. And right now in Israel, they believe those oppressors are the ones that occupy that land. So you have Barack Obama, who's coming out and actually vouching for these individuals and saying it's okay for them to feel that way.
Yeah, very well said. I also want to move on to another thing happening in Los Angeles that also happens to be anti-Israel sentiment and also happens to involve a Gen Zer and someone whose parents are on the left. We're talking about Violet Affleck. Now, she's the 18-year-old daughter of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. She's been stirring up some controversy after she was spotted wearing a shirt or sweatshirt with a pro-Palestinian message. Violet was photographed wearing a black crew neck with a watermelon print, and it's from a brand called Wear the Peace. Now, it's a nonprofit that provides humanitarian aid in Gaza. And for those not in the know, why a watermelon? Well, that has become a symbol of Palestinian resistance amid the Israel-Hamas war. Lydia, is it too much to criticize an 18-year-old girl for wearing something that supports aid in the area, or is it fair to give her some pushback, especially as a celebrity's daughter?
I can't imagine that she would be sanctioning what happened on October 7th, the massacre. She doesn't even probably know. She probably thought the watermelon was cute and it matched her shoes. God only knows. But of course, I feel horrible for what's going on in Gaza and for the innocent people. But they're directing their anger towards Israel when they should be directing it at the leaders of Hamas that are living lavish lifestyles in Qatar.
Right, it's their very own leaders who are the terrorists. Donna Jackson, final thoughts from you.
They always use the youth to blackmail the American people, and they're always going to use them as a symbol of what they want, the ideology they want people to believe in. And so I'm not surprised that she's doing this. It's popular. Same thing with the LGBTQ agenda.
Yeah, very well said. I think it also maybe goes back to how we started it all with Sharon Osbourne saying a lot of these young kids in that age group don't even know what the symbolism means, why it's good or why it's evil. So we're going to leave it there. Donna Jackson, Lydia Serrani, thanks so much for joining me on The Other View.
Thank you.